guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, thank you guys so much for tuning in today. If you've been here before, thank you guys so much for returning. So I'm a huge person when it comes to DIY, and you guys seem to really love my DIY videos. So if you are a huge fan of DIYs, especially for your photography business or your growing business or anything like that, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down there. Make sure that you hit that bell notification. This way you're updated when I do more videos like this or anything else, more tips and tricks along the way. So today we're gonna do a video that I see a lot of people do, but in different industries. So today we're going to try our hand at someone else's DIY. The photographer, her company is called Captured by Claudia, and I absolutely love her work. And once I saw it, I immediately wanted to do it. I just didn't have enough time. Today we're gonna be working on a rust distressed looking bucket. Now the one she did in her tutorial was, I want to say it was cream, if I'm not mistaken. Either way, you're going to watch it with me as we go through the steps. I went ahead and I got all of the tools or ingredients, as you would call it, to go ahead and do this bucket the right way. I went and got the exact same bucket, or very similar to the one she got in her video. So I wanted to go ahead and just show you guys like the pieces that I got, what we're going to need as we go through the video with her. So you're gonna come along with me on this journey, and I genuinely hope that this comes out the right way, because again, I have not tried it yet. Alright, so let's get started.
And what we're looking for is the 10-quart galvanized bucket as seen here.
Okay, so she uses she's gonna do a 10-quart galvanized bucket. I'm going to use a 12-quart galvanized bucket. This is the bucket that I could find at my Lowe's. The nearest Home Depot was like 30 minutes away, so I just went to Lowe's, which is the hardware store that I use for the majority of my DIYs.
You can also purchase this bucket on Amazon.
So here she has a toilet bowl cleaner. I ended up getting the exact same toilet bowl cleaner that she did. I got mine from Dollar General. So here we have the toilet bowl cleaner. We've got the white vinegar. I got that from Walmart. And then iodized salt, also from Walmart. And peroxide. We got this one from Walmart as well. So here she used, you can see that she used the Rust-Oleum chalk paint. I could not find that at my Walmart in any colors really besides black, and I didn't want to do a chalk black bucket. I don't really see that I would have any use. I know for a fact that I wanted a rust bucket because of fall, and I don't have very many fall items. I didn't realize that until recently. So I got this from Lowe's when I went to go get the bucket. So she uses matte or chalk paint. I'm gonna use this satin brick. This did not come in matte, and I have my sealer here from Podge. It's a clear acrylic sealer, and it's the matte finish. I believe I got this one from Walmart as well, so I'll go ahead and post the price because I recently got it for a project. Okay, so here she has the spray bottle, the multi-purpose shot rags. Mine are still in the packaging, but I got mine from Walmart. I want to say it was a couple of cents for a full pack. Some really low quality rags because they're gonna get dirty. And then I have my gloves right here, along with the sandpaper and the sanding block. I like to use sanding blocks because I can grip them. And she uses the 180, and I'm gonna use 120 because that's what I could find. My store didn't have 180, so I have my 80 grit sanding blocks and my 120 grit sanding paper that I'm just gonna use very light.
Using a sanding block, lightly sand the exterior of your galvanized bucket until the shine is gone and bucket is brushed to the touch. Paper to do the sanding on the bucket.
Alright, so she does the sanding of the bucket.
Wearing protective gloves, drizzle a generous amount of toilet bowl cleaner all over the outside and inside of the bucket. Place lathered bucket outside or in a well-ventilated area for 1 hour or until dry.
Okay, so before we move on to toilet bowl cleaner, let's go ahead and get this bucket sanded. So I'm going to coat the handles too. This way everything is...
Cleaner acts as a stripping agent, removing the galvanized finish from the metal as seen here. Once your bucket has been sitting for an hour, it is time to rinse your bucket.
Okay, so it's roughly been about an hour and about 5 minutes that I let this sit. Hers looks a little more distressed, maybe because she had the machine to help sand. So maybe I didn't sand enough on one side, but you can see that it distressed it, you know, a little bit, like here, definitely on the handle, along the rim. So you can tell that there were some places that I was a little heavier with the sanding. But after an hour, you're supposed to go ahead and rinse it off. So I'm gonna go rinse it off camera in my kitchen, just because the lighting inside is much different than out here, and it's gonna get dark. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this so we can do this quick, and you guys can see the finished product. So of course I don't want it to look exactly like hers, but I do want it to look as similar as possible. So if I do have to redo this process, then I totally will. Okay, so I rinsed it off, and I'm not sure if you guys can see because of course it's getting darker out here, but it did like tarnish the outside of it, definitely the inside. It really helped change the galvanized look on the inside. Okay, so she has us measure out. So I just took a measuring cup from my kitchen. She's gonna have us measure out, I guess, the mixture for the spray bottle.
1 cup of vinegar, 1 cup of hydrogen peroxide, and 1 tablespoon of salt.
So 1 cup of hydrogen peroxide, and then 1 tablespoon of salt. Okay, so what she does is she turns the bucket upside down, and then she just basically like sprays it. I'm gonna put my gloves back on.
Leave the bucket outside for an hour, spraying it a couple more times in between.
Now that I've sprayed it a few times, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna let this sit. She says roughly another hour, so I'm gonna go ahead and let this sit for another hour. And what I'll probably do is I'll continue to do the sprays every hour, and most likely I'll be back tomorrow when it's lighter out here because I started later. It's gotten quite rusted with a few coats of that spray, the peroxide and the salt and the water. So it looks really, really good, and I just rinsed it off and kind of like got off some of the rough edges of the rusted part so that you guys can see like it has like officially like rusted. This is usually where baby will be, but most of the time we have a wrap there anyway. But we're gonna go on to the next part, which I think is her painting.
Clear coat to protect the rest when we start distressing it. I use chalk spray paint in the color Chiffon Cream. Lightly start spray painting your bucket. Make sure to give yourself some distance from the bucket to avoid the paint from dripping. The first coat dry for about 30 to 40 minutes, then apply a second coat. Dry, we're then ready to start distressing it. I use the sanding block using a 180 grit sandpaper. Started sanding it very light.
So before she started spray painting anything, she went over it with some clear to seal the rust in. So I'm gonna do that really quickly. And she says she used this to help cover, I guess, the rust. Here we go. This is what I'm using for mine. To think that this bucket actually is a brand new bucket, but it looks super distressed now. Like, I'm loving how faint the distress is. Like, it doesn't look as bad as it did when it was all silver. I have another newborn coming up, and when I go to use it, I'll show you guys how I like stuff the bucket and what I use to kind of get baby to go ahead and do the head on hands pose. And I can't wait for you guys to see my next video. Let me know how I did down in the comments. It was touch and go in the beginning. I don't think I sanded it enough, and then I went back, and after doing the toilet bowl cleaner and everything, I went ahead and I resanded it, and I tried it again, and that's when I really got that distressed look. That peroxide, salt, and vinegar mixture really does like help rust it and help take it to that next level. I'm very happy with how it looks, how it turned out. So this is the outside. I'm going to give you guys a more of a close-up. I'm really happy with how this came out. Please go ahead and give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Please try it. Of course, I got the DIY from Captured by Claudia, but if you do try it, let me know. I would love to see it. I would love to see how you did versus how I did. And yeah, go ahead and subscribe to this channel for more DIYs, more videos of behind the scenes, you know, photography sessions behind the scenes, more tutorials, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!